want to live as clean of a life as possible so we can prevent inflammation, so we can get rid of brain fog, so we can improve our energy, so we can strive to live the longest life possible. And we do that by cleaning up our life. Okay. So I asked Kelly to come on today's call because I'm going to ask her the questions and then she's going to give us these answers so that way y'all can easily consume them between me and pretty much interrogating Kelly. So I hope y'all are, all ready for that. So Kelly, let's define toxins. So what technically are toxins?
Well, toxins, they can be referred to as pollutants, synthetic chemicals, heavy metals, um, even processed foods, all of these things which they can negatively affect our health. And toxins are found everywhere, everywhere. They're found in our soil, found in our food, found in our makeup, found in our cleaning supplies,
Mm-hmm.
found in our medicines, uh, even toxins in our medicines, which is crazy. Like they're everywhere, everywhere. And which, even to say that they're even in the soil, in the air, we can't avoid them.
We can't avoid all of them, but if we can be aware of where they're coming from and where they are, then we can at least try to eliminate them to the best of our ability and focus on what we have control over. When we have that control, then we're obviously going to improve our health. So my next question is, how do we rid toxins? How does our body rid toxins?
Well, our bodies are very sophisticated. That's why we have liver, kidneys, a digestive system. That's why we have skin. That's why we've got our lungs. All of these things will actually rid our bodies and are made to rid our bodies of toxins and heavy metals, chemicals, things that our bodies aren't meant to have and hold and digest any of it. They're pretty sophisticated. We're pretty miraculous creatures.
Yes, it's incredible. Our bodies are incredible. And our bodies can only do so much. And that's the reason why, especially in our culture, there's so many diseases, there's so many cancers, there's so many things that us as a culture struggle with because our body is not meant to consume as many toxins as we are given, that we're exposed to. And so that's the reason why health is definitely a major concern in at least America. So the body, all of our organs they are built to get rid of toxins, but when we are overloading them, that's whenever all these problems come about. So it is our responsibility to become aware of how we can eliminate them so that way we can live a longer life and not just live a longer life, but a quality life. And because we can live sick for many years, but who wants to do that? If we do it now when we're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, the moment that you're like, I'm becoming aware of my surroundings and how I can be an advocate for myself, then I can set up the rest of my years to come in a more quality life, a more healthy way. So let's talk about the ways that we can protect our body. And um, also, I want everyone to know, even the people who watch the replay, which are a lot of you. So I'm very happy about that. Um, there's some things that you might be doing. You're like, oh, I already do that. Awesome. And then there's some things you're like, I might could focus on that next. Like, and you're going to be going through different stages of your journey. So there's going to be things that we talk about are things that do help you eliminate toxins that you're not ready to change. And that's totally fine. We're not here to say you have to do every one of these right now because everyone is different in their journey. When we feel like we have control over our healthy habits, because some of you have been doing this for quite some time, and then some of you just started taking control of your healthy habits. So you have to think about where you're at in your journey and what you can add on to your routine or your focus. With that being said, if you just take one thing away from today's call and just try to implement that as a focus, then you are being successful. Don't think you have to do everything that we talk about. Uh, Kelly, let's talk about the ways that we can protect ourselves and our family from toxins. And I know I've already said one, so you can just dive in from there.
Okay. Well, water is probably the most important, I would say, because with water, we have to hydrate our bodies. If our bodies are not hydrated enough, then water can't do its job. And so our bodies have to be hydrated. What does water do? Water allows us to sweat more. Sweat gets rid of toxins. Water allows us to pee more. So we're peeing out like when we're removing waste from our body, peeing in the other, it's actually in the form.
For
it's,
mom, we just say we all go poop, okay?
all right. When we pee and poo, our body, the waste products are actually come out in the form of like urea and carbon dioxide. And these things, if they build up in our body, it causes harm to our blood. So we've got to allow ourselves to drink enough water to get rid of these toxins. Other ways, breathing. We even breathe out toxins. Water actually allows us to breathe out toxins as well. If we're dehydrated, our mouth is going to be dry. Things just don't work right. They don't work as well. Keep
Mhm.
yourself hydrated. Um, that's the most important part here is drink your water, stay hydrated so your body can do its job with eliminating the waste.
Yes, and we've heard so many people say, "Oh, well, I didn't want to drink all that water because I just didn't want to go to the bathroom so much." Let's just go to the bathroom, people. Let's just go to the bathroom because it's bad. Think about it, when you are drinking that water and you are pooping and peeing, you are shedding toxins out of your body. So we don't want to think of that as an inconvenience. We don't want to think of having to go to the bathroom as an inconvenience. We want to think of it as cleaning our system. So embrace it. Uh, we should be trying to go to the go poopy. I'm just gonna say I could say BM, but I'm not. I'm gonna say poopy. Uh, put my little stuff on. Um, so we should be trying to go poopy daily. Let's try that. And if we're not, then there's things that we can do for our digestive tract to help us go poop daily. So we want to try to do that. And don't you dare tell me or Kelly that you're not drinking your water because you don't want to go pizza 100 times. Don't you dare. Okay. Okay, Kelly. What's the next one? What's another way?
Another way is keeping up physical activity. We need to exercise because going back to the water, we got to stay hydrated enough to where we can exercise and sweat it out. Whether we're out in the sun and it's hot, guess what? We're sweating. When we're exercising, we're heating up our body so it can eliminate those toxins. That we open up our pores to eliminate those toxins. We're breathing heavier, eliminating more toxins, right?
Yeah.
So get your heart rate up so your pores can open, so you can start getting all of these toxins out of your body. But exercise, it also reduces inflammation. So reducing inflammation in our bodies, it doesn't have to work as hard to eliminate the toxins.
People will think, I have to go and just break out into a full sweaty mess. No, literally, I think pretty much if you start a workout, usually about 15 minutes in, those sweat pores start to open up about 15 minutes in, depending on how intense you start your workout. And that is really the most crucial part right there is when your sweat pores open up, you're already relieving toxins. Yes, is it beneficial to sweat more and more? Yeah, because you're constantly relieving them. But if we're just talking about sustainability, when you're doing like a 20 to 30-minute workout, you're already opening up those sweat pores to allow those toxins to seep out. So that right there is very beneficial. And then I also wanted, and I'll let you talk on this, Kelly. I don't know if you want to, about saunas. I don't go to those regularly, but I know how beneficial they are.
I think they're fabulous and
Mhm.
getting toxins and helping toxins get released from your body only as long as we are keeping our bodies hydrated. So
Right.
that goes right back to number one, water.
Yeah, yeah. Don't compromise your health by sweating, like doing extensive workouts or going into saunas or doing hot yoga or whatever fun thing you want to do that helps open up your sweat pores. But don't do it without the hydration because then you're just compromising your health in general. So if you have access to that, or if you just want to do a self-care day and you're like, you know what, I'm going to a sauna today, then do it because that's part of ridding toxins of your body.
Mhm. Even standing in a really, really, don't stand in the water, but if you wanted to do, I guess, a homemade sauna, you could stand in your shower, not in the water, but really, really hot water. And that will release a lot of steam and basically do the same thing that a sauna is going to do. So
Mm-hmm.
if you don't want to invest in a sauna, if you don't have one at your gym, if you work out at home, then that's an easy way to do an in-home sauna for a few minutes.
Okay, what's another way, Kelly? What's number three?
So let's think about our mind. Um, how does our mind get renewed? Sleep. We need sleep. So your mind really can't get any rest because guess what? When you're active, when you're up, your mind's constantly rolling, constantly thinking. Um, you've got to renew your mind, and allow sleep to detoxify your brain at night as well. So it's a natural detoxification system. Your sleep is, and we all need sleep. So 7 to 9 hours. Sometimes when they're actually going through menopause, premenopause, even some women during their period, right after their menstrual cycle, um, they also need a little more sleep. I would say closer to 9 hours. And then maybe the rest of the month, they only need 7 or 8.
Your body is rejuvenating like fast um,
Yep.
because it's preparing you for the next day. It's cleaning toxins out of your brain, it's cleaning toxins out of your muscles, out of your organs, and all the things. So the next day you can wake up, be clear minded, uh, have a quality day, have a quality life. And that's what its job is. So if we are, you know, not getting enough sleep, then we are setting ourselves up for the next day for failure because we're going to feel tired, lethargic. And so many high achieving women have said this to me, and I'm sure Mary has too, that I'm good with 6 hours. I understand. I understand that you feel like you're good, but I promise you, you will feel better with 7 plus. What's the next one, Kelly?
A very, very easy one. Magnesium bath soaks. And that's part of self-care. It relaxes your mind, it relaxes your body. Throw in some Epsom salt, at least a cup. So buy you some Epsom salt from whatever store you can. Buy it in bulk, honestly, because make it part of your normal routine each week to get, if you can, 2 to 3. I know that's really hard to do, but if you love baths and you're able to soak for 20 minutes, get an Epsom salt bath. Make that part of your nightly routine because the first 10 minutes, the Epsom salt will help release toxins from your body. And then the last 10 minutes from that 20, it puts really great minerals back into your body. So it makes your skin look great. And who doesn't want to eliminate toxins by relaxing?
Yeah, and magnesium helps sleep quality. It also helps poopies.
Yes,
So why not?
that's
I can
right.
Um,
tell you have a little child again.
you got poop everywhere. Oh goodness. That's y'all gonna hear a lot of baby talk coming, so it's okay. Um, so yep, magnesium baths, which is Epsom salt baths, at least once a week. Try for 3, but if it's part of your nighttime routine, then just do it then. So good for you. Self-care. Self-care. Okay, what's the next one?
So the final and a pretty big one as well is our food. Eating clean foods, watching the processed foods that you eat is very, very important. Trying to avoid the processed food, especially ultra processed foods. So almost everything has to be processed in some kind of form. But when you're looking at ultra processed foods, you're basically looking at packages in the supermarket. So try to avoid those. There's many ways that you can, I guess you could say, make your own spices, because a lot of these spices are already pre-packaged, but they come with a lot of other things other than the spices.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything from taco seasonings, it's just crazy what all they feel the need to put in the rest of these packages, because you find yourself with food dyes. Looking at all the products that have food dyes is crazy. And food dyes affect us in so many negative ways, neurologically, cancer. Gosh, that's like we could do a whole different call on just food dyes alone because of how horrible they actually are. And Europe hasn't fully, truly banned all of them, but at least Europe is starting to see now, okay, these foods really aren't necessary, or these dyes really aren't necessary to be in the food. All they're doing is just making the food look good. They're trying to make it look really appealing to children, and it's not necessary. You know, it's hard when you've already been feeding your children, especially a lot of these foods that have food dyes in them, and then trying to take them off.
Yes.
That's going to be a process. If you do attempt that, be patient with your children, okay? Don't totally eliminate everything, but teach them things. Don't terrify them what the dyes can do to them, but teach them, show them the packages and say, hey, look, let's look for something that doesn't have this in it. I know we can find one somewhere, so let's keep looking. And it could be a learning experience for your children as well. But not just food dyes. There's pesticides that get left on our foods, on our fruits, on our vegetables. So making sure you really wash those well. And you're not going to be able to wash it all off because it does absorb through the pores of the food. So just still make sure you wash them in not detergents. Just make sure you're washing your foods in a vinegar water mix. You could throw some baking soda in there, and it really does help even pull out some of the toxins and stuff that was actually sprayed onto the fruits and vegetables. So throw them in there to soak for a little bit, then rinse them off with regular water, and that's a good way to help eliminate some of the toxins, just not fully eliminate. We won't be able to fully eliminate our toxins. So this is not for fear mongering at all. This is just to make you realize things that you can do to at least somewhat protect your family from all the toxins that are out there. So food is a big one. So I'm going to mention, I wrote down, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just seven food items that can really help your body go above and beyond the detoxing process. If you really want to focus on, if you want to help your liver along a little bit from eliminating some of the toxins, because we have to keep our liver and everything healthy. But some of these foods can also, if we focus on them a little more, can really help. And these are foods that I think we all love and are so easy to incorporate as well. One is cilantro. So cilantro, it's a powerful, all-natural detoxifier. It helps in removing neurotoxins like mercury from the body. So if you find yourself eating a lot of fish and foods from the ocean, then make sure you're throwing some cilantro on it. Make sure you're throwing your cilantro in your guacamole. So add that in your meal plans. Lemon, it helps keep us hydrated. It aids in digestion, which digestion eliminates waste. So it helps your body get rid of lead, and also with vitamin C also helps with that. So lemon is a great one as well. Throw some lemon in that guacamole. Throw some lemon in your water in the morning. Don't overdo it, because lemon does have acid in it as well that can cause more harm than good. But so eat these things in moderation. Just make sure you're including them in your foods in moderation. Wild blueberries. So the only place I could find wild blueberries is the frozen aisle in Walmart. That's where I find my wild blueberries. So the wild blueberries, they're a little bit better than the regular. And also garlic. So I put those together. I put wild blueberries and garlic together because they're both powerful antioxidants. And that helps fight against the free radicals in our body, toxins. Artichokes and beets. These are probably the two that we don't eat enough of. And a lot of people are terrified of them. Play around with them. I would honestly, these are two things I do need to incorporate more into our household. So even myself, I'm going to start focusing more on these, but they help detoxify your liver.
That's interesting. I like the wild blueberry frozen section at Walmart. I think that's a great tip because that's good. And the artichokes, I need to figure out what a beet is, but okay.
Artichokes and beets. And you can steam your artichokes and dip them in your guacamole that's got lemon and cilantro in it. So it's kind of like you can do all this at once almost. And as far as incorporating them in with your food. But our liver, it's already hard at work cleansing the toxins from our blood. So let's help it along a little bit by adding some of these foods in there as well. Ginger. It's another excellent anti-inflammatory spice. It helps also fight off the free radicals from our body. And it also helps fight off the free radicals that are caused by heavy metal exposure.
Yes. And an easy way ginger is making your own sauce of something, putting grated ginger into that, like making a dressing or something like that, making your own, or putting ginger in a soup. So right now fall's coming, it's coming. And so making soups, you can always incorporate ginger in soup. So those are two easy ways to do that. Okay.
I incorporate ginger. I call them, I have different names for it, but whatever fruits I buy, as long as they're organic, I take the scraps of my fruits and I throw them in a big pot. And then I slice up some fresh ginger and throw it in the pot with it, fill it up with some clean water, and I bring it to a boil, and then I simmer it for about an hour. And now I've got my fruit dump tea. So that's what I call it, my fruit dump tea or fruit scrap tea, whatever you want to call it, scrap tea, whatever. But I think my favorite so far has been strawberries, watermelon, and ginger. And you can add honey. You can heat it up. So far, the best I've had it has been heated up with, and then I wait for it to cool a little bit, throw some honey in there, which honey has some amazing properties in it. So you can use ginger that way too. That's mostly how I use ginger, is my fruit dump tea.
Okay.
And it's really easy.
More do we got? Because we got to close up, Kelly.
Two more. So spirulina. I can never say that right. Spirulina. Thank you. That one it's also known as like blue-green algae. It has anti-inflammatory properties, and these support our body while detoxing heavy metals as well. So it reduces the oxidative damage in our brain, and this has been on animal studies, but still, it reduces oxidative damage to our brain, which we need our brain health. It's very important. Throw it in your smoothies. Throw it in your guacamole.
The spirulina is a powder at like health food stores?
Yes. I bought mine off of Amazon. Just make sure, if you're buying things off of Amazon, just make sure you get organic. And the package you buy, it will last forever because you only need like a teaspoon of it. So when you see the price, you might see a bag of it for $25, but it's going to take you a long way. Next, your prebiotics, your probiotics. Those are always very important for our gut health, because if we have good gut health, we're going to have good digestion. And if we have good digestion, we are eliminating waste. So just some examples for your prebiotics: asparagus, onion, whole grains, cocoa powder, make sure you get organic, and chickpeas. That's just a few of your prebiotics. Probiotics.
Green banana.
Yes. Probiotics, kefir, yogurt, sauerkraut, apple cider vinegar. Just so you know, don't just look for probiotics. We hear that a lot, but you've got to have prebiotics to carry your probiotics. Okay.
But if you're eating whole foods, then you're going to be getting prebiotics in because you're going to have a wide variety of vegetables and things. If you're cooking, you're obviously going to cook with some onion and garlic and things like that. Yeah, so you're going to be getting prebiotics in as long as you're eating a good variety of whole foods.
Yes.
Yeah.
So keep your foods clean. Make sure you're getting, these were just a few simple things that really do help detox our body from toxins, heavy metals, all of that we might be consuming too much that our body is working a little too hard to get rid of, but these will help give it a push and help it along a little better and keep us healthier.